All right. Hello, chat. How's it going? Hopefully well. We're back, and it is time to be freed from this aerial prison that is the Ace Combat Zero 100%. Because, oh my god, this has gone on for so long. I'm ready. I'm very ready. I believe... Actually, let me just open up the game. I think we have like one last loop. Just one last one. I believe. I'm not actually sure. So don't quote me on this. Hold on, before I switch everything over, I'm messing with stuff. Well, there we go. Technical stuff. Sorry. Now we're good to go. I will vote X just for you, Lego, out of pity. X could win. It could, I don't know. I feel like people really like 3. Like, really like it. Hold on, so expert. Oh, we have less than one loop. Okay. Let's not dilly-dally. Let's not mess around here. X is gonna be worse than 0 because it's a lot harder. At least it'll be interesting. Sorry, was that overly harsh? Towards 0? If you want to like this game less, 100% it. Because, man, you realize, what's it, like how artificial all the, or most of the content is when you 100% it. It's like, oh yeah, it's got like 3 different versions of each mission, but most of those are like the same thing with a different ace squad. It's like, oh, okay, well, it's a little different. It's a little different. Is that why you haven't streamed 0 in like a week? No, I was gonna do it sooner, but then like just all the new stuff has made my schedule into a shit show. Black Ops 6 comes out on Friday, by the way. So it's not over. We're still in Broketober. It's not over yet. But all the new games have just piled on the schedule. Here we go. It was scheduled for sooner, but then like Silent Hill 2 and Sparking Zero came out. And then I unexpectedly got a review copy of Starship Troopers. And it's just, everything has gotten pushed back that I had scheduled. Am I gonna be rusty? No, of course not. I'm gonna be a natural. Just like I've always been. Come on, there we go. Come on, come on. Booyah. Still got it. Still making those really awkward turns just to hit things in time. Can't be the best Armored Core 6 character. Why not? I want to be Snail. And someone's pissed. Just like that. I did it. I did the thing. Realistically, I want to be Michigan. If anyone. Is the next video Resident Evil or Yakuza? That is highly classified information that surely has no clues that you could put together that people have slowly picked up on over time. Definitely not. highly classified info. I can accept Michigan, but Snail? What? I like Snail. He's funny. He's just kind of a likable asshole. There we go. That's way easier. I forget that's why we bring this thing. Just to make things easier. I want to be a Guazu. I don't know if I want to be a Guazu. But I would say he's legitimately in the running for best AC6 character, right? He has to be. Armored Core, that is. Armored Core AC. Normally I have to clarify, but it's even worse. What's it? When I'm like streaming Ace Combat and then I refer to Armored Core as AC. Oh, hold on, let's get this guy. Where are you? A10. More like A dead. Got his ass. I said why out loud. A lady in my head doesn't sound so bad. I don't know. The lady is kind of just like, what's it? Like little particles, like little dust particles that can somehow talk to you. Probably because of how like fried your brain is, I think. I don't know. The deeper lore for Armored Core 6 is kind of wild. I don't really understand it. But from what I've inferred, there's some truth to at least most of what I just said. The thing with AC6's like deeper lore is how like none of it is in the game. That shit drives me kind of nuts. Because AC6's lore is really cool. But like, I even just recently got a comment on my Armored Core 6 video. Because I mentioned near the beginning that like 621's brain was fried during enhancements, and someone was like, wait, what? Where did that come from? And I was like, oh, actually that came from like that pre-rendered story trailer from before the game came out. That's where we got that piece of info. Read the data logs? It's all in the logs you get? What, the stuff with like 621's background and stuff? No, it's not. Like, there's a good amount of lore in there, but not all of it. A lot of it's still outside of the game. Thought about checking out Project Wingman. Oh god. This meme's never gonna die. I know that he's not memeing, that's the worst part. That's why I'm like, it's never going to die. Someday, surely. People asking me to play it has become a meme at this point. Because it's just so common. It's almost like Ace Combat fans like Project Wingman. I have no idea why there's so much crossover. Couldn't tell ya. Oh, and we're done. And we're done. Could have just put the trailer in as an opening. That's the thing, man. That's the thing. Because I feel like even that one, like the one that I just mentioned, would have been a really cool, like, opening for the game. Like the opening movie, when you first open it, like Armored Core always used to have, that 6 just doesn't have, where you get like a cool movie when you open it for the first time. That could have been 6's opening movie right there. They could have just plopped that right in and boom. Boom. It's done.
On May 13th,
I don't know why they didn't, to be honest. It feels like such a natural fit for it.
The tide of war was about to change dramatically.
Go watch the 5-hour Vati video, and you can talk about lore not being in the game. There is lore that's not in the game. I'm not backing off of this. I'm not.
For the Galm Team. It's a hard to find Cabernet. Perfect, I'd say, for celebrating an occasion such as this.
Cabernet for my... I don't even know. I could do the math to figure out how many S ranks deep we are at this point. We did the math to figure out how many there were in total, right? But...
Intelligence reports that
I'm trying to think now. It's 18 missions per loop. You have to do 12 loops. It's 18 times 12. Hold on. I can't do that in my head. My mental math is solid. It's not that solid. 216. So that's like 200 something right there that we just did. Like 204, something like that. God. God. It would be, man, if you did like easy, and there's very easy too, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. If you added those in, hold on. I need the calculator for that again. 18 times 6 plus 216. There would be 324. Oh yeah, the one for Gauntlet. So 217 for what I'm doing. Potentially in total, you'd be looking at 325 if you actually wanted to do every difficulty. Wait, we have the ghosts! The Pac-Mans and the ghosts! I got it. People were asking about that last stream. They were like, do you have the Pac-Mans on any planes yet? And I was like, no. Because we bounced around between planes so much that I just haven't gotten any until now. But that's one right there.
Tom 1, you are cleared for takeoff.
We keep her going. We're so close. I can start Ace Combat X this stream. We probably won't be able to play a ton of it, but we can start it. And even just starting it will feel great. Even though X's like flight model feels worse than AC5 and Zero's, I won't even care. I won't even care. It'll be something different, and I will be so happy. I will be so happy. Oh god, it's this mission. Literally 4s. It's 4s, but it runs choppier. And 5 and 0's flight model feels better than 4's, so I stand by it. Even outside of the additional choppiness on the PSP. At least it's not Joint Assault. Joint Assault flight model is the one that's gonna be a pain to have to put up with for a whole 100%. Like, just playing the game once, it was like, okay, it's worse, but it's not terrible. But doing it for a whole 100%. What comes after, oh my god, Assault Horizon? I was like, in release order, what game is after Joint Assault? It's Assault Horizon, isn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Bro, that game's gonna feel like butter to me after after playing that much Joint Assault. That's gonna be crazy. I look forward to it. Has turned my brain into scrambled eggs. It's just so weird. I don't know why they made the changes there that they did. And then I really don't know why they used that flight model for Ace Combat 3D, but at least they increased like the stats of all the low-end planes quite a bit in 3D. So it doesn't feel as bad because most of the planes in the game are smoother. But I really don't know why they reused that flight model. Oh, come on, there we go. It's fine. I can work with it. Miss! Oh, is that gonna be a miss? God damn it. I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. Not just the low end. Are you sure? The high end too? 0 or 100, there's no smoothing. Yeah, it's weird, man. I don't look forward to needing to play that much Joint Assault for that reason alone. I don't hate Joint Assault by any means. It's fine. Just like on its own in a vacuum. But needing to do like everything in the game, that's gonna be a lot. I'm gonna get shot down. Like actually. Across the board? Oh, really? Even on the high ends? I thought the high ends felt about the same. At least when I played it. Like stuff like the F-22 felt pretty much unchanged. I don't know if it was specifically, I just thought of an example. You love it? I mean, it's the greatest Ace Combat game of all time, right? We all know it. Ace Combat Joint Assault. Doesn't get any better. It's true. Clip it and ship it. Put it in the Discord. There it goes. Yeah, I should go and buy the other weapons for the Falcon, because I haven't done that yet, because the whole time I've been like, well, I'm just using the laser anyway. Let me go do that. Has some insane requirements for the emblems. Oh, don't say that. Don't say such things to me right now. I don't want to hear about it. I don't. Is Joint Assault the one with the Civil War? The Civil War? Joint Assault? No. Joint Assault is the one with the secret big bad guy behind the scenes being like the pharmacy company CEO. Which one had the Civil War? That's 6? Is that 6? Which one had a Civil War? I'm trying to think. Evil Jeff Bezos. Yes. You could say that. That works. Oh yeah. 3D adding like high G and stuff helped a lot with Joint Assault's flight model. But still, why they use it? Why? I don't get it. It's like the thing when I played that, I was like, okay, it's better, but also why? Hold on. I can carry 8 there. Oh wait, that's not even, oh. Okay, we're flying the Morgan then. Never mind. The Civil War 15 years ago.
Tom 1, you are cleared for takeoff.
One set in Laysath? Fuck, which one? Like, these, it sounds familiar. These things you're saying to me, I'm like, Laysath, Civil War. But it's also been so long since I played a good amount of these now that I'm like, fuck, which one was that? I remember Laysath. Sounds like it's right there. I know it, but I don't know it. The enemy nation in X. Okay. I think X then. Was X a Civil War? I thought X was like an invading force. Right?
Tom 1, altitude restrictions canceled. Return to your mission. Good luck.
At least that's how I remember it. But man, some of the games I'm really struggling to remember. Like, details. Particularly right now. Like, I was thinking, I was like, is Assault Horizon a Civil War? I don't think it was. But then, like, I'm sitting here trying to think about Assault Horizon. I can't remember jack shit about that game's story. Like, not a thing. Missile into the hole. tactical placement. Everything dies. Oh, they had just gotten out of a civil war. Oh, before the war in X. Okay. I do look forward to playing X again. I liked X. X had some really fun shit. Okay. I'll miss yet again. Get me up there with my big boy rocket. Everything dies except for the control tower, apparently. Ow. Maybe I shouldn't get so close to it. I say before doing it again, immediately after. Six was the Civil War? Is that right? Oh, or do you just mean like extended lore, like outside of the immediate events of the game? Kind of like X. I'm indecisive right now. I thought 6 was an invasion. This new YouTube update on mobile makes chatting too hard. What did they change on mobile? Mine is still the same on mobile. What did they change? I haven't gotten it yet. Ace Combat, the return of XCOM, man. When I have time, we have to do fucking XCOM streams again. Those were just so fucking funny for no reason. Like me being terrible at strategy games and XCOM being a really difficult strategy game. And me deciding like, yeah, I'm gonna play it on like classic difficulty, Iron Man mode. I don't give a shit if I'm bad, this is how we learn. And then naming all the soldiers and stuff like after people in chat, just the content that brought to the table, it was so good. God knows how many times we had to like reset the campaign and I never got very far. Like no matter how many resets we went through, I never made it far. But it was a good time, damn it. I think that's why I enjoyed XCOM. It was just because it did not like hold my hand at all. It was like, you're gonna learn, and you're gonna learn while we're like punching you in the balls repeatedly. This is the way. This is how you learn, bitch. Something about it. I enjoyed that for some reason. But Mikkel, we don't got time right now, especially not right now, because on top of the other stuff that's just come out, Black Ops 6 is on Friday, man. Black Ops 6 is on Friday. Because it kept punching me in the balls. Bro, seriously? XCOM for me is way harder than like Souls games. I'm way worse at XCOM than I am at Souls games. And you guys saw the Elden Ring DLC run. You all saw. Well, maybe, depending on if you were there or not. But if you know, you know. Me saying that I'm worse at XCOM than Souls games says a lot. How close to the end are we? We're almost halfway through the final loop. And a loop of the campaign in Zero at this point takes me about 3 hours. So we're close. I might. Sorry, I saw the Ace Combat X texture thing. I might add them. I don't have them ready to go for today. But I might install them just for the hell of it. HD textures could be fun. XCOM also cheats. Not the new ones. The old ones do, but we were playing the rebooted ones. Like the Fire Axis XCOM games. Boosh boosh. I got reactions from moving while enemy had no vision. Oh, that's not the game cheating. The enemies have like unique vision ranges and stats that the player characters don't have. That's just like XCOM mechanics. But yeah, XCOM has always been fucking hard. That's just kind of the legacy of it. I love it though. I don't know why. I'm terrible at them. You'd think I would just find it infuriating, and at times I do, but there's something about it, like that difficulty is kind of what makes it so good for me. It feels like if I make a bad decision, I immediately get heavily punished for it. It makes me feel like I actually have to play smart, think everything through. But you know, this is what you would want in a strategy game, right?
Status report. The area 1 is destroyed. Provide backup for all other areas. Sector E has been stripped of all functions.
We're so close to being done. I just need like a few more targets. Aerial targets would be the fastest. I think these two might be enough even. It depends. How much are you worth? Oh, only 400. God damn it. These two will almost be enough. Shit. Yeah. 3 goes a long way, don't worry about it. Oh, that's like barricaded in. It's fucking annoying. This'll work.
Attack powers have been neutralized. All planes return to base.
The default UI for the X texture pack uses Xbox buttons and it annoys me. Oh, why? Just because you're used to PlayStation buttons? The only button layout that pisses me off is Nintendo button layout. Like for prompts and stuff, I am a fluent Xbox prompt gamer, fluent PlayStation prompt gamer. Nintendo throws me for a fucking loop because it's Xbox, but rearranged for all the button prompts. It messes with me so much. Like, you give me Xbox or PlayStation, I don't even care. I can take either, makes no difference to me. But then as soon as the Nintendo buttons show up on screen, it's a shit show. I'm pressing all the wrong
The
buttons.
second line of defense stretches across the Shane Plains in the central region.
Xbox annoys me to hell and back. I grew up with Nintendo too, but I also grew up with Xbox and played way more Xbox than Nintendo.
It is already delaying our military plans. This operation will consist
Have the same button letters but all in different spots. Bro, it's so obnoxious. Like, it's literally the same letters, but they just flipped X and Y and flipped A and B.
Beta team's job will be to eliminate air resistance.
What's wrong with you?
Enemy ground ordnance.
Why do they have to change up the letters for Xbox? I think it's probably because of
Transport craft after each mission is
there's
complete.
probably like a patent for the Nintendo controller that if they did the exact same layout, they would get sued. I would imagine, at least. Yeah, Nintendo's was first. Xbox is the one who flipped it, but growing up in the US, especially like in the 2000s, Xbox was just way bigger here. Like everyone had a Wii, but everyone like my age in the US grew up playing Xbox 360 predominantly because like Call of Duty, Halo, Gears of War, all right there with all the boys. Minecraft down the line, we eventually got a Minecraft Xbox port that everyone bought, even though we knew it was worse than the PC version. Didn't matter because you could play it on Xbox Live. No one gave a shit that it was worse. It was like 10 updates behind all the time. No one cared. We dealt with it because we could go right from playing MW2 to playing Xbox. We didn't give a shit.
This is gonna be one hell of a fight. It's the mighty Lucio mercenaries. Let's watch how they fight.
Also, Xbox Live was just huge back in the day. Like, if you wanted to play on, play Minecraft on, like, PC, you had to, like, do all the PC server stuff, and you had to, like, use Skype or something like that. Xbox Live was just, like, boot up a single-player world, send an invite to a friend. Xbox Live party for voice chat, boom, it's right there. It was just so much easier to actually like connect with friends and play. Xbox Minecraft was like the best and worst Minecraft at the same time.
Nice shooting, buddy.
Come on.
Everything looks so calm down below. You wouldn't think there's a war going on.
Ha!
We've got a battle to fight. I won't let them touch any more of our land. All units,
I have freaking laser beams.
I don't think they're here to dismiss us today. This is kill or be killed.
I'm so not ready for the death laser. Pretty damn small outside the US. Yeah, I think it used to be pretty big in Europe, right? Depending. I think it was like it depends where you were in Europe. But to my understanding, at least during like the 360 gen, it was pretty prevalent in Europe as well. But Xbox has kind of always had its largest market in the US. And South America is also a ton of Xbox as well.
Box 2. Thanks, Galm. If we get back alive, drinks are on me.
But nowadays,
Don't worry about them.
nowhere is all about Xbox. How the mighty have fallen. Man, I cannot believe how hard they fumbled with the Xbox One marketing and everything. They were so far ahead in the West compared to PlayStation coming off the 360 and everything. And all it took was one bad marketing campaign to just shit that all away for the next 11 years. It's crazy to me how hard they fumbled all that. Like, we still talk about them a lot. They're still pretty huge, but they're nowhere near what they used to be. kind of popular in the UK, but same in the States, they kind of fell off. Yeah, it was the Xbox One, man. I don't know what the fuck they thought with that. Just terrible idea. Boosh. Thoughts on Silent Hill 2? Is it as good as Resident Evil? I love Silent Hill 2, but gameplay-wise, and Silent Hill in general, gameplay-wise, Silent Hill has never been as good as Resident Evil. Silent Hill has always beaten out Resident Evil in terms of like atmosphere, creativity, and storytelling, but never gameplay. So it kind of depends who you are. Silent Hill 2, the remake, is damn good, but it's still like not as good as the modern RE games from a gameplay perspective. I do really like the remake though, but that's I'm a Silent Hill 2 fan. All they had to do was just not fuck it up, and they didn't fuck it up, and I'm very happy. At the very least, the gameplay is way better than the original Silent Hill 2. Because as someone who puts that game up on a crazy pedestal, man, the gameplay in Silent Hill 2 was always so shit. So shit. Same goes for the original too, to be fair. It's not specifically Silent Hill 2. But yeah. Just don't get hit by the death laser, Cole. Getting hit by the death laser costs like 10 minutes of our time here. And I think we're all ready to move on to X at this point. Especially just because like the last 10 Zero streams have kind of just been like, all right, boys, let's run through the campaign again. One more. Shit. The sim and the slim and the super slim turn things around. The thing also with the PS3 sales, with that, where like globally they have now outsold the 360, is that happened after. Hold on, I have to think. PS4 and Xbox One are 8th gen, right? No. Yeah, they're 8th gen. Yes. PS3 surpassed the 360 after the release of 8th gen, which is strange. I think it's like the only time that we've really seen that. They are 8th. Yeah, I had to think back. I'm like, okay, PlayStation 1 is 5th gen. It's always, whenever I can't think of a generation, I go to PS1. That's immediately, and I go from there. Like, okay, PlayStation 1, 5. Would you buy the PS5 Pro if you had the money? For me, because of what I do, the PS5 Pro would be a tax write-off if I bought it. And no, I'm not buying that shit. No. Absolutely not. The PS5, like even just the PS5 at this point, has like 6 games on it in total that I can't play on my PC. And my PC still outspecs the PS5 Pro. So like, I really have next to no reason to buy it. Because also, it's just a matter of time. Like those 6 games inevitably down the line are all gonna be on PC anyway. They're just not available on PC right now, right? Like Rebirth, within like a year or so, is going to be on PC. Roughly. Square Enix takes a long time, but their exclusivity clause with Sony is already passed for Rebirth. So now it's just a matter of whenever they want to release it on PC, whenever they have it ready, they will. But their contract with Sony is actually already up for Rebirth. They had a super short clause on that one. So stuff like that, it's just like, why would I? If I had infinite money, I would, but I mean, even if I had infinite money, I would, but I would still be like, man, this is
That was a bad
fine, I guess.
We lost several of our members. Mercenaries like us are disposable to the guys in charge.
PlayStation fans blame Xbox for the PS5 Pro price because apparently they couldn't put anything out to rival the PS5 Pro. It's not that they couldn't put anything out, it's that there's no need to.
Mission objectives were achieved.
Because I've talked about this pretty extensively on stream. The PS5 Pro doesn't need to exist in a sense of like,
I fear the war will put an end.
when the leaks first started really coming out about the PS5 Pro, GDC was going on at about the same time, the Game Developers Conference, which is just the big yearly, it's exactly what it sounds like. All the like big industry studios and devs come together at like a convention for a week. And it's a whole bunch of like panels about game design. It's a whole bunch of nerdy shit. It's a big networking event. It's a big deal in the industry, especially now that E3 is gone. It's like the biggest developers conference of the year every year. And the talks around GDC about the PS5 Pro when it started leaking was, why are they making a PS5 Pro? Because people who are in AAA right now making games for the PS5 are like, yeah, we haven't even like hit the limit of what we can do with the PS5. The PS4 Pro was a response, and the Xbox One X, same thing. Those were responses to the fact that those consoles aged like milk like 4 years into their lifespan and already had hit their limits because they were massively underdeveloped for when they came out. The Series X and the PS5, neither of them are in that position right now. So it's not that Xbox can't make anything to rival the PS5 Pro. It's that Xbox isn't making one because they don't need to make one. Sony made one because after the PS4 Pro sold like hotcakes, they thought to themselves, oh, Pro console make big money. And so they just made a decently stronger version of the PS5 and they're selling it for like 40% more. And they're gonna make bank on it because it's like Apple. It's like when the new iPhone comes out. Like, you don't need it if you already have the PS5. Just like I don't need the new iPhone with already having like an iPhone. I have an iPhone 12, so mine is kind of old. What iPhone are they on now? Like 15 or 16, I think? Chat, help me out. I don't know. Say that 15 is the newest one, right? Because I don't know. If I had an iPhone 14, I wouldn't need to upgrade. But there are so many people who will upgrade their iPhone every single year just because they want to have the biggest, best, newest iPhone. And a lot of Sony fans are going to do that with the PS5 Pro. Legitimately. The PS5 Pro is like buying a 4080 Super to replace your 4080. It actually kind of is. It would be a little more like buying a 4080 Super to replace a 4070 in terms of performance difference, but yeah, that is kind of what it's like. It's like buying an improved version, but not even like a whole gen up. Like, you by no means need that upgrade. But if you want to have the very best, then yeah, you could buy it. We're getting effed over a little less than I thought. Yeah, the price conversions on the PS5 Pro are ridiculous. Because, you know, everyone is like, oh yeah, it's $700. But the thing is, with all the weird converted prices, the $700 USD price tag is the cheapest you will get a PS5 Pro. Like, that is the cheapest price. The conversions in other places like the UK, the UK's price when converted out is like 950 USD. It's like almost $1,000. I don't know why it's so much more expensive in places like the UK and Europe. Because it's significantly more expensive for you guys than it is in the US. And Japan. Japan is a little more expensive than it is in the US, but not quite as expensive as like the UK or Europe. But even the Japan price is higher than the US price for some reason. I can't imagine why. Boosh. Gone. I might want to save my laser beams. This guy shouldn't be bad to take out with missiles right here. I tried. I was like, he might turn up into me. And it would be really quick and easy to just fire them off now. Okay, I'm trying to rush it and it's making it take longer. Oh, okay. Pixie got him. Have you seen Half-Life 3 is practically confirmed? No? I haven't heard anything about this. What? Granted, I also have currently, like, I would say for like the last month or so, it's probably the least I've ever been on Twitter since I first got a Twitter account in like 2018. I've just gotten... Like, you know how there's kind of that cycle when you're getting sick of something where early on you're like complaining about how sick of it you are, but you're still like using it just as much in the case of something like Twitter. Like, I was bitching all the time about Twitter, but I was still using it just as much as I always had. Now I've gotten to that point in the cycle where like, not only am I bitching about it, but I'm like genuinely just never opening Twitter. Because I've kind of learned that if I do, it's just miserable anyway. Like, there's no point. So I've legitimately just not been using Twitter much. Which is like Twitter is pretty much the best place to be for like games industry news. Like, whenever something big starts to come out, it hits Twitter first. Like, every time. To PC in 15 months? One of my regulars is at Comic-Con. He said it's coming out in January. It was like January 30th, I think he said. Hold on. Because he's at Comic-Con. And he messaged our Discord server about it like immediately after the presentation. He was there for it. Hold on, where is it? It got kind of buried by other stuff. Yeah, January 30th apparently for Spider-Man 2 on PC. Which is way too soon. All right, boys, time for me to 100% Spider-Man 2018 for the third time on the channel. It has to happen. I 100%ed it, and then I did it again. Now we're gonna have to do it before the second game, of course.
Although we didn't discover any nuclear facilities, Excalibur is no
Normally
longer a
2
threat.
years, Sony's changing.
This can be
Well,
considered a
Sony's whole
substantial
thing,
victory
like
for
their
our
stated
side.
goal from the
And
beginning
operations
of bringing their games to PC
indispensable component
was they wanted to port like their backlog of big first party titles and eventually work up to day one PC releases. So legitimately, it's not that Sony is like changing the business plan. It's just that their business plan has kind of always been like, get these ports out when they're ready to go out, because they're just trying to like chip away at the backlog as quick as they can. Right? This has just kind of always been their goal. Initially, their goal, when they stated it back in like 2021 or whatever, was to be day one release by 2025, but Turns out porting all of your first-party library takes a little longer than 4 years, even with all the studios they have working on it. So it's going to take a little longer, but like they're getting pretty close. Like I even just said, I think there's what? Like 6 or 7 games on the PS5 that aren't also on the PC at this point. And even like half of those aren't even first party at this point. Half of those are things like Stellar Blade, which only got a PS5 release, but not because Sony like signed a deal with them or anything like that. It's just they were an independent studio who simply made the game for PS5, and now they're working on a PC version. There are like 3 first-party PS5 games that aren't on PC at this point. Hold on, are there? Hold on, it's Spider-Man 2. Think with me, chat, help me out here. It's Spider-Man 2, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Last of Us 2. Is there anything more than that? Oh, I guess other than like Astrobot and Playroom, those will never be on PC. So I guess 5. There's like 5 actual first-party games that are exclusive to PS5 right now. Am I missing any? I'm not even... PSVR is a whole thing. I don't give a shit about PSVR. It is true that it brings it up to like 10 if you do include it, but yeah. Project Wingman's DLC is another one of those things where it's like Sony didn't even like sign a deal or anything. It's just those guys simply made it for PS5 and not for PC. It was just, that was their decision. There are more like that, but in terms of the actual first-party Sony stuff, we're getting pretty close to them being able to move towards day one releases. I think we'll probably start seeing that. Oh man, I don't know. Because even once they have the whole backlog, it's not like they can then just immediately start day one launching games on PC. Like then those studios have to go towards building PC ports simultaneously with the main development team, and it'll still take a little bit, but you'll see them start to come out closer and closer to release. And eventually it'll be day one stuff, assuming they stick to their plan. But they restated that that was their plan, I think at the beginning of this year, or maybe it was like near the end of last year. I don't know, my sense of time is rough now. But in an investor's call, like in the last year or so, they restated that that was still their plan. They've been putting off the PC versions 2.0 for like more than a year now. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with Project Wingman. I've heard that it's just been like slow for PC stuff, but I haven't like played it. I don't keep up with any of it. I have no idea what's going on. Nice. Super slow with updates. It's a small team, right? Or like relatively small at least. Also, didn't their publisher go out of business? Correct me if I'm wrong. That happened like this year. Two people and a composer. Jesus, that is a very small team. My God, I'm spiraling. But yeah, someone, the publisher was Humble. Yeah, Humble. I was like, who went out of business this year? I can't remember. It was Humble. The publishing side. They didn't go out of business. They shut down the publishing branch of Humble this year. So that's probably complicating things a little bit. Yeah, Humble died. They Humble Bundle is still fine, but their publishing branch they shut down. They're no longer publishing. That was like last month. That can't have been last month. Even with my terrible perception of time. That can't have been only a month ago. PlayStation becoming remaster station. You're not wrong. It's still wild to me that they did a Last of Us 2 remaster like 3 years after the game came out, which I guess they did it for The Last of Us 1 as well, so maybe it's not that shocking. I just don't know why they do that shit. Honestly. I don't get it. Very end of July, I was gonna say. I knew it was this year, but it can't have been a month. Why did Horizon need a remaster? It really didn't. It's like, the remaster looks good, but it's so unnecessary. I don't know why that's where they're putting their resources, is kind of the thing that weirds me out. But Horizon is a fucking cash printer for them these days. Like, that franchise just makes Sony so much fucking money. I can kind of see it just from that perspective. That franchise seriously just prints money for them. And no joke, it's kind of insane, the sales of the Horizon franchise. I've talked about it before. It's weird to me because I feel like it's, at least among like the more hardcore gaming audience, I feel like the Horizon games aren't even like that well loved. Like there's certainly a crowd of like the more hardcore gamers who really get into it, but I feel like those insane sales numbers are like way, I think it's a massive majority of like super casual PlayStation fans. I think that's why it feels weird to me that Horizon is as big as it is. Because I always see those numbers and I'm like, man, what? I feel like this game got like little buzz, but not like, you know, largest game on the system kind of buzz. It's not quite that big. I think God of War Ragnarok is their biggest, if I'm not mistaken, but it's close. It's like in the top 3 games on the system sales-wise. Oosh. Laser beam. Go Burr. Whoa. Damn it. Gotta get the extras for that S rank. Whoa. That was sketchy as fuck. No way that's locked onto me. What? Would you call a Falcon fighting clean? Absolutely not, no. Absolutely not. Do you have an opinion on Spec Ops The Line? I really like Spec Ops The Line. I need to play that on stream someday just for the hell of it. Especially now that it's delisted. I gotta give that game some love. I feel like that's one of those games that like almost never comes up, but then when it does come up, you've got people like me who are like, oh, it's great, you should play it. It's really good.
To our reports, the pilot in the F4E that you engaged was an academy-trained ace. It won't be long now.
Play the original on PS5, and it's 4K 60 all day and looks great. Yeah, it's like the remaster looks good. I won't say that it doesn't. Some people are like, oh, the remaster doesn't even look that much better. It looks a lot better. It's just, it was unnecessary. It was unnecessary. See the Jacob Geller video that came out the other day? No? Is that why it's coming up again? Big YouTube video that hit the algorithm hard? Jacob Geller.
The Allied forces have decided that all Belkan
Have I seen a video of his? I don't recognize this channel. No. No, I have not seen this guy before.
The operation will primarily involve the bombing of ground,
Which is weird, because looking through just like his titles and thumbnails, I feel like this is shit that I would like.
and attack enemy facilities. You've achieved near total air supremacy over the target area, but don't let your guard down. There may still
Yeah,
be
almost
some
500,000 in like 2 weeks. That is a big video. That's probably why it's coming back up. Watch some of his older ones on Shadow of the Colossus and they seemed a little sloppy. I mean, everyone's older videos, like even, bro, when I saw like a lot of my Armored Core videos and stuff earlier this year when I threw together the big compilation video to put that out, looking back on them, I'm like, man, these videos kind of sucked. How did my channel get launched off of this shit?
Cover the Allied bombers. Eliminate all ground and aerial threats. Let's move.
It was a literal curveball compared to the Spec Ops franchise. Yeah, and it's so weird because I feel like that's the only Spec Ops game that anyone really knows about. And even then, like, the line is fairly obscure outside of just if you've seen a YouTube video talking about it. Which nowadays there are plenty of videos that have kind of brought more attention to it. But it's still a pretty obscure game that like only really people who are really involved in like gaming or just who consume a ton of gaming content even know about.
Warning, the enemy's locked onto you. This is PJ. Something strange is going on down there. The number of running
Through Ace and MGS, I assume those were higher quality. It depends when with Ace Combat and MGS. Because the early end of those two, I'm also like, ooh. Actually, MGS is kind of a roller coaster for me. Even looking back on them now, I don't like a lot of what I did in like the whole MGS series. I didn't like that format very much. It was a weird like lightning in the bottle format for me that I tried out with that one, where like the MGS1 video when I first tried it came out amazing. Fucked with that heavily. And then the couple after that, still pretty good. And then I feel like it just got out of control. The MGS series is a weird one for me to look back on. I ditched the format for a reason. Around the time the X video came out, yeah, it was pretty polished up by then. But even the earlier Ace Combat videos feel pretty similar, where I'm like, ooh. Back to back. Yeah, I feel like the general shtick has kind of carried me to an extent, if that makes sense. By the time you did 4 and 5, it's because those games are just like that. It's like the format didn't change, it's just those games got so extreme in the story department that it got like super out of control trying to maintain the format like consistently through the series. Oh god. Even the MGS5 video would have been a monster even without the story stuff. Because I broke it down. I broke it down for like all the videos during editing. And the MGS5 video I think was still like an hour and some minutes. It was like an hour and 5 minutes or so of just gameplay, like taking all the story talk out of it. That video still would have been like more than an hour with everything I talked about. Oh fuck. Ooh. Have the same tagline. Hey man, these taglines. You know, it's funny. Like I don't do it intentionally when I do like repeat stuff like that. It's just my brain thinks of it for one video, and then it's also. I actually just recently caught myself, and by just recently I mean this week, I caught myself doing that because when I went to like do the titling and stuff for the new video that's not even out yet, the one for tomorrow, I wrote the title, and then I go like back to my YouTube dashboard after I do everything. I'm like, I can send this out to like early access now, right? And right down the list, like 4 videos ago, I wrote almost the exact same title. It's just the way that my brain thinks of like YouTube titles and thumbnail taglines and stuff. It just kind of happens where sometimes I think of the same thing on like 2 separate occasions without realizing that I'm doing it. Only so many ways to say that I am shocked this is high quality succinctly. Yeah, it eventually just got out of control.
Remove Belka's ability to counterattack. Priority is placed on destruction over accuracy.
Also, how many times have you heard me say the phrase surprisingly good? Like even just outside of videos, like also just streams and stuff. That's just one of those, that's how I think sort of things with that one in particular. It was a similar thing with the recent title where I was like, yeah, it's just the way my brain phrases things. It happened again. I fixed it for the new one, by the way. I sat down for a good brainstorm. The new title feels kind of different from most of mine, but I think it's good. Maybe the worst thing I could say about it is it feels a little more YouTube-y. For better or for worse. Like, it's a good title, but it almost feels just out of place among my normal titles. I don't know how to better describe it. That's what I got right now. I miss RE. What? You don't like funny beating people up game? Where already my story discussion is kind of getting out of control. Looking at you, Yakuza 2 video. It's happening early with this one. It might just be a Yakuza 2 thing. Maybe. But I spent almost half of the Yakuza 2 video talking purely about the story again. I had a lot of thoughts on the Yakuza 2 story. And then by the time that I edited that whole chunk of video, I was like, oh my god, it's half the fucking video. Almost. It was less than half, but almost half. That is a bloated game. Yeah, it kind of happened with like 4 and 5 in particular, where like those games were so bloated story-wise. Well, 5 is a little less bloated. It's still pretty bloated, but 5 also is unfinished. Just like blatantly unfinished, right? So then there's that whole discussion to get into after covering all the story stuff for 5. The 5 video got crazy because of that, particularly, even just outside of how much story content there is. Oh, come on now. Oh, so much nicer. I can see again. It's like one mission. No, I don't even mean like that one mission that got cut. I mean, even with that mission, the story doesn't wrap itself up. Like, the story has so many loose threads that just don't get resolved, even with that mission. Because I originally did have a whole talk about that mission in the script, and I cut it because I was like, okay, not because the video was too long. At that point, the difference between like 2 hours and 15 minutes and 2 hours and 20 minutes, I was going to do it, but I cut it because I was like, this mission is not in the game. Like, it feels wrong to talk about something that was going to be in the game but isn't in it when talking about the quality of the game. I mentioned it, but I didn't get into it. Even with that mission and like all the context from it, it's still unresolved in so many ways. It wasn't done. That's just the one mission that we saw, is something to consider as well. There might have been more like planned content that just didn't even get to production.
SAM destroyed.
Boosh.
Initiated bombing sequence.
Boosh.
Turn it to ashes. That's not enough. Drop more
Boosh. Boosh. Well, actually, we do know about some of the planned content that never got to production for MGS5. After I said that, I was like, oh wait. There are some examples that we have been made, or that have been made known, like, in years since. Like how Chico was going to actually not be dead originally, and stuff like that. Like, we don't even know how much got cut from that game. It feels like a fuck ton, even with Mission 51 included. Honestly, the concept art for like Chico's design for MGS5 that got cut looked pretty cool. I would have immediately gotten over how stupid it was to have him not die, just because, like, yeah, his design was really good. I liked the idea behind it, like what they were gonna do with him. He just, man. Seems fully polished. Oh yeah, the gameplay is amazing in MGS5. Like, by far the best gameplay in the series. Not even close. Like, the others don't even hold a candle. But just, that game got so fucked over in the end. And it's a testament that the game is as good as it is, even though it got fucked over so many times, like during production. And it just didn't like get to be completed. Like, it's still as good as it is despite that, which is insane. It's like a Halo 2 situation, right? Where it's like, this game was not ready to come out, but it came out anyway, and somehow people still love it so much. Like, it's still as fun as it is, as enjoyable as it is, despite like all the development problems and stuff. Because if you don't know, sorry, Halo thing, I haven't talked Halo on the channel. Context, if you don't know, Halo 2 is also not really a finished game. Like, at all. That game got shipped way before it was ready. And this was before the days of like completely overhauling your game post-launch. Like, Halo 2 is just not a complete... Well, it's a fairly complete game. It gives off the illusion of being a complete game pretty well. It's just, you then see like all the video documentaries, I can speak, from inside Bungie, like at the end of the game's development. And the devs were all like super pissed because Microsoft didn't give them time to finish the game. Isn't Halo 3 just Halo 2 Chapter 2? Yeah, it's like, because almost half of Halo 2's campaign got cut. Like, pretty much the whole second half got cut because Microsoft was forcing them to ship the game, like way before they were ready to.
Down all Belkan fighters.
The Halo 2 that we got is only like half of the game that they wanted to make,
Pulling the troops out of the area.
which is crazy.
Block D. Join up with this company from Block C. Don't leave anything behind.
Exams in Malaysia have been pushed to start earlier, scheduled for 4th of November now. Wait, was this a recent push? They just randomly were like, oh, actually, let's do it in 2 weeks. The storyboard on the cut ending? Yes. Yes, where Halo 2 was supposed to be like the end of that story. I have seen it. I've watched all those like Vidocs from the old Bungie days. Because I'm a big Halo nerd and I'm a big game dev nerd.
Pursued by Allied forces, the Belkan forces.
So I've seen like all of... Halo 2 was such a shit show internally.
Production capabilities.
But yeah, it only had like, I don't think it was 9 months. I think it was like 11 months or something like that. It wasn't much more than 9. But I think it was like 10 or 11 months, something like that, of development time for that game, which is insane. And again, like, insane that it came out as well as it did under those circumstances, and that it can be like a beloved game among fans to this day in the Halo series, despite having like a year or less in development. I can't remember exactly how long. Hold on.
In the industrial city of Sudentor. Although fleeing, the Belkan army continues to fight back.
10 months.
They're using the Valdrike Mountains.
Yeah, the development of Halo 2 was 10 months.
Our army from reaching northern Belka.
Fuck's sake.
For this mission, we would like you to assist
That's
the Allied ground troops
so,
by clearing the skies
so
from
bad.
aircraft.
Like, looking back on it, it's like, who allowed that?
Munitions factory is
Because we're not
located
even
in
talking like 10 months. Like, if it was like a Majora's Mask situation where that game was made in like 10 months,
designated operations
or like a Yakuza 2 situation, I just did a video on that less than a week ago, where that game was made in exactly 10 months. Those were both like, okay, let's take the previous game and just build a second game on top of it. No, Halo 2 was like, they made that shit from scratch. Ground up, entirely new game in 10 months. Just ridiculous. The nightmarish crunching. Yeah, that's part of it. Yes, our government is just one of the governments of all time. That's a crazy exam push. That's fucked up. Yeah, the Blam engine sucks. They did have a lot. They had a lot of engine issues with all 3 games. Because Blam was just awful. The whole original trilogy suffered from that. By Reach, they had pretty much gotten it down to a science. Like, by the end of Halo 3, they had really gotten it down to a science, like how to effectively work within it. But holy shit, the Blam engine was just a nightmare. It was great for Halo CE in terms of just the fact that they were able to pull off the things they did in CE on the original Xbox. That was impressive. That's about as good as the Blam engine ever got. That was about as good as it got. It was just them being able to technically pull off Halo CE on the Xbox. After that, that engine was such a shit show. I've worked a little bit in Blam just for fun. I did some modding for like the first couple Halo games just to like tinker around in the engine and figure out how all of it worked. And man, I might be spoiled by modern game engines, but I feel like even for the time, like I've played around in like the original Unreal Engine and stuff too. Even for the time that it was made in, the Blam engine feels so archaic to actually use. It's fucked up. It's not right. I can't believe that they actually professionally made like 4 games plus an expansion in that fucking engine. Because, you know, normally when you have an engine like that, you get what just happened with 343, where you make one game, in this case the Slip Space engine, right? Their new proprietary engine at 343 that they used for Infinite. They made Infinite. Apparently the engine was like one of the biggest problems in development. We now know. There were so many problems with Infinite's development internally. Like, holy shit. It's a miracle that they got rid of all the 343 management that was there during Infinite, because oh my god, that was not sustainable in the slightest. But the engine was one of the biggest problems, and just this last week they announced like, yeah, we're not going to use Slip Space anymore. We're moving on. Like, they made one game and they're like, no, this shit, it made our game worse than it should have been. We're not doing that again. That's what you'd normally get. It's kind of why I'm shocked that they stuck with Blam for so long back in the Bungie days.
To all units in this airspace, stop the nuclear attack. Shoot down all Belkan bombers.
Oh god. Love the laser beam. Come on. Give me another one. Give me 2 more. Oh yeah, football's on today. Someone's yelling at the TV. Something's going down in the National Football League. The engine being a problem was probably exacerbated by them outsourcing the shit out of everything. Yeah, that was, like, it made it so much worse. The thing is, with the Unreal Switch, right? Thing is, even if Microsoft does that outsourcing again, which if you don't know, the TLDR on that, one of the biggest things that fucked over Halo Infinite in the background, like management side stuff, was Microsoft was bringing in employees that were contract work. They weren't actually hiring new full-time employees. They were signing contractors to work on Infinite for like 18 months. And then after those 18 months had finished, they did not renew the contract. Because doing that, they could give like minor benefits, but they didn't have to give like the legally required full-time benefits for the United States. So they would hire a contractor. They would work on the game for 18 months. Once their contract was done, swap them out for a new contractor. And they did that for the entirety of the game's development. So, over the course of Halo Infinite's like 6-year development cycle, they had about 4 different teams of contractors cycling through and making the game at any given time. Which, yeah, go figure that didn't turn out so great. And that might have fucked up development a little bit. Especially when you're using a proprietary engine that's kind of hard to navigate, now we know. I'm shocked that this didn't work out well for them. Like, at least with Unreal, they could do that again. The same shit with like 18-month contractors. They could do that again, and it would work out a lot better because UE5 is a very widely used engine in the industry right now. So you can bring in contractors who actually are already proficient with UE5. You could do that, and it would work. It wouldn't be as big of a shit show as it was. When you're using a first-party engine, when you do that, you have to bring on these contractors and then train all of them in the engine before they can actually like get any work done for real. Just what a shit show, Microsoft. What the fuck? Hello, Pixie. I know you won't shoot me. You're a real one. He would never. Been pretty popular since at least 3? Yeah. And it's only gotten more popular with each iteration. Like 4 was more widely adopted than 3, and now 5 is more widely adopted than 4. Because with each iteration, it also gets a lot easier to use. UE5 is very, very smooth to work within, compared to 4 even. And 4 was already pretty smooth. I really like the Halo 4 campaign, don't shoot me. I like Halo 4's story for what it is. But the gameplay is rough in 4. Replaying it with False, I was reminded why I haven't replayed Halo 4 in so long. Same shit happened when we, when we recently played 5. Especially with 5, it was so much worse with 5. I was like, oh man, this is why I haven't played Halo 5 in like 8 years. I remember now.
DJ, don't even think about talking to your girl over the radio. I wouldn't do that during
Unreal 3 games, oh man, and 4 had that too, but dude, especially Unreal 3, every Unreal 3 game looked the same.
Head for Voltrike to take out any remnant forces.
It was fucking crazy. 4 I do not remember.
Galm 2, what's the
It's not bad. It's, well, okay. Yeah, it's not bad. It's fine. Perfectly fine.
This is PJ from Crew Team. Galm 2, is there a problem with your craft?
Not all of them look the same, but if you showed me a screenshot of 4 make and SH2 make and told me they were the same game, I'd believe you.
A Belkan bomber squadron.
Only one of those is in UE5. Capcom uses the RE engine still.
Bombers are approaching this airspace.
Capcom still has a proprietary engine they're using.
Pro 1, roger. Pro 2, moving to
Oh. Different engine. SH2 does just kind of look a lot like RE4.
We can't let them use those nukes.
Surely not a coincidence. I stand by this, even being the Silent Hill fan that I am. I'm not going to try to deny that there's a reason behind those similarities. Because there definitely is. Have you seen the sales of Resident Evil recently?
4 miles remaining.
There's a reason that they look and feel fairly similar.
Enemy fighters with nukes.
There's a reason that James literally just got the Leon cut for the remake.
This time,
There's a reason for these things. Definitely. I won't act like there's not. I love the RE vision, or RE engine visually, by the way. I've talked about this before. I will talk about this again, surely. I think in terms of like modern game engines, just in terms of like the way the engine itself tends to look, UE5 and RE engine are my big two. And I'm like, man, I fuck with these engines. I like the way that games made in these engines look a lot, especially RE engine. God, I love the look of RE engine. RE engine's fucking mocap tech is also just ridiculous. Or sorry, their facial capture, not their Their facial capture in RE engine is insane. And it just gets better with every game they release in it, swear to God. Like RE7, the face capture looked kind of weird. I was like, ooh, they advertised their facial capture so heavily as like a marketing point behind this new engine shift. Ooh, it's a little rough in 7, but man, with every game, it just gets better. And we're at the point where like RE engine games have insane facial capture now.
don't worry about that now. Just concentrate.
It looks so fucking crazy. RE engine is bad in open world games. What open world game have they done in RE engine? Trying to think. Am I stupid? What open world game have they done in RE engine? Throw me a bone here, chat. It being fine is why I don't remember anything about 4. Fine immediately makes it the worst game in MCC. I don't know. Fine puts it about on par with Halo Reach. I'll die on this hill. Don't think I won't. I'll go out like a meal on this hill.
All planes confirmed down. We did it. There's no impossible jobs for us mercenaries. Freedom and we, Falcons. What the?
Oh, Dragon's Dogma. I haven't played Dragon's Dogma 2. Ooh. Oh God. A new Monster Hunter? Maybe I'll play that someday. Who knows? Forget about Dragon's Dogma. I think everyone has at this point. Maybe not everyone. I think a lot of people forgot about Dragon's Dogma 2 already. Check out the requirements for the new Monster Hunter. It asks a lot just to run at 1080. It can't be worse than SH2. It really can't be. Like, seriously. You haven't played Reach's campaign in a long time either? No, I played it this year. Reach, Halo Reach, as a lifelong, like, super, super big Halo fan, Halo Reach is mid as shit. And I will die on this hill. I've been on this hill for years. They haven't taken me off of it yet. They haven't. They haven't. I think it might be worse. Is it really? Because SH2 to run at like, oh, hold on, let me look. Because it's gonna bug me if I don't. So just let me have this. SH2. Yeah, okay. To get 60 FPS on medium settings requires a 2080 and an i7 8700K. It can't be that bad. Right? Monster Hunter. Wait, is there a Steam page for Monster Hunter World? Oops. Not my wish list. Or Wild. Wild is what we're looking at, right? Wilds. My bad. For 60 frames on medium graphics, so the same standard, they're looking for an i5 11600 and a 2070. So it's slightly lower than the Silent Hill 2 requirements. Slightly. Not by a ton. But yeah, for the same requirement, or for the same metric, to play at 1080 at 60 on medium settings, it requires a little less than Silent Hill 2. But it's not, well, actually the CPU is significantly far behind. The GPU is a little bit behind. That's with upscaling, so is SH2. Which is fucked. Which is mega fucked. I remember Reach as the only Halo game I can stomach. What? Reach, gameplay-wise, like compared to the first three, and ODST, I suppose, but by comparison, like the sandbox is so much more bland. The level design is a lot worse. The enemy design is slightly worse, except for skirmishers are fun. Not super meaningful, but they're fun. The brutes in Halo Reach are fucking shit. Just what happened with those brutes? Because the brutes in 3 were so good. The brutes in Reach are basically just like Halo 2. It's like they regressed with the brutes. There we go.
This is where we go our separate ways.
In the immortal words of Tim Curry, with respect, General, you are wrong. Not wrong. Can't tell me Reach's Forge mode wasn't better than the previous games. No, it was better than 3.
We don't know all the details yet.
Reach's Forge was better.
Nuclear detonations have been verified within the Belkan
For sure. Reach's multiplayer,
Galm Team, who disappeared during the mission, is still alive.
out of all the Bungie games, is the
At this
worst.
point, there's not much hope. Our communications network is still down. due
Its
to the
Forge
nuclear
mode is better than
explosions.
3's though. Because
Remain on
3's Forge
standby
was just
until
so
conditions
bare
improve.
bones. But Forge is also a mode that's gotten better every single time. Is Forge not what you meant? No, by sandbox, I mean like the weapon and like enemy sandbox. Like the way that those interact design-wise. Halo 2 brutes are the worst ones. Halo 2 brutes are awful.
We have discovered remaining
They
enemy
are
troops gathered in the
so
area
bad. And they're...
in northwest Belka.
Okay. There are people who are on crazy copium with the Halo 2 brutes. Because they'll say like, well, at least they feel like what you would think a brute would feel like, because they just are big dumb guys who rush at you and have a lot of health. Yeah, but they're not fun to fight. Like they are actively annoying if you play on anything above normal difficulty, which heroic is what the games are balanced around. So you should be playing on heroic, especially when you're talking about the design of a Halo game.
Counting on your best performance yet.
The Halo 2 brute copium, I've seen it throughout the years, is you're wrong. You're wrong. I so heavily disagree with it. Because fuck, they are not fun to put up with. Like, in the slightest. Vegeta level copium. Oh no, we even got Dragon Ball. Oh, you want to talk polarizing? Chat, Vegito or Gogeta? Watch chat fall apart. I just started a civil war among Dragon Ball fans. Vegito or Gogeta? Which one is stronger?
You are cleared for takeoff.
What do you think, chat? Who's the GOAT? Here we go. Who's the GOAT, chat? Is it Gogeta or Gogeta? The latter. It started. It's like a solid 50-50. This is why I fucking love this question. It always, like, some people are just like, well, this guy looks cooler. And he like, the way he fights is cooler. But then when you get the actual power scaling going, that's where it all goes to shit. Potara being stronger got retconned. That's true.
I'll be flying under your command now.
That is true.
Anytime.
Thank you, Dragon Ball Super.
It's an honor to fly as Galm's number 2.
Honestly, I'm not bothered by that. I've always been more of a Gogeta fan.
And by the way,
Personally, like, since I was a kid. Since I watched Fusion Reborn.
play polo. You know, the game with
Dude shows up for like 2 minutes and is one of the coolest Dragon Ball characters ever.
A return line is located on the west side of
When did they retcon it? During Goku Black,
over this line
they
with
retconned it.
repairs or supplies.
It's too bad about Pixie. I guess we won't be flying the skies together anymore.
But you could also say, this is a valid point. Oh, wait. I want the other plane for this one. You could also say that if we're talking just who was stronger between like Broly and Goku Black, or rather like Zamasu, Fused Zamasu specifically. I say Goku Black because I'm generalizing. In my brain, because I haven't watched it in so long, I always say Goku Black and I mean like Goku Black and Fused Zamasu. Anyway. Between like legendary, Berserker Super Saiyan Broly, thank you Super once again, and Fused Zamasu was definitely more powerful than Broly.
Cleared for takeoff.
So you could say that, even though the Potara thing got retconned. But also, Vegito didn't defeat Fused Zamasu, ultimately. He got his ass whooped. After he whooped some ass, but he got his ass whooped. It's the don't shoot. Such a ridiculous clip that I will not quote because YouTube. But like, bro, who translated that line? And didn't like, you have to have noticed, right? There's no way that they didn't notice after they localized it. Because you know who did notice was Trunks' voice actor. There's a story of him trying to read off that line in the booth, and he couldn't do it because he was fucking dying laughing. Because he couldn't believe that that was actually in the script. Like, he actually, it's... That story has gone down in like Dragon Ball history, along with just the clip from the show. Just Trunks' voice actor couldn't even get that line out. He could not. It apparently took him way longer to get that out than like any other line for the whole show. Getting a good take of that was impossible, allegedly. I remember just sitting there, you know, enjoying my day, because I watched Super as it came out. I didn't watch the dub. And then one day I'm like on Twitter And suddenly this dub clip of Dragon Ball Super pops up like a month after I had seen the episode, right? And my jaw dropped. I was like, what? What did this guy just say? What was the line? I'm not quoting it because YouTube. I don't think I can. To be honest. I think I will get into so much shit if I quote the line. Oh, fuck. Fuck this mission, man. Look up Dragon Ball, don't shoot. Yeah, that might get you the clip. So ridiculous. It's unbelievable. Clearly unintentional, but how did they not change it? That's really the question. I don't think it was intentional. I can't imagine it was. But just... This is the worst mission of the whole game? No. That mission with all the, like, castles, that fucking sucks. That's the worst one. This one sucks too, though. I don't like this mission either.
The return line is located on the west side of the operation airspace. Pass over this line whenever you need repairs or supplies.
Holy. This is my first time having anything carbonated in days after my random caffeine withdrawal of the last few days. And the carbonation is hitting me. Getting crazy hiccups. Gladysant, thank you. Fuck that mission. That mission. Funny how they're both, what's it called? Annihilation missions? That's what these are called, right? Chat? Again, I forgot, even though we just talked about this like last AC stream. 7 gave the score attack missions like a proper name, and I continue to forget it. I think it's Annihilation missions. Take out the SAMs this time. Fuck these things. Do loops. Thank God I hit the brakes too. We almost had a Chole moment there. 18 days until the PS5 Pro. We need to ban him. We need to, for his own sake, we need to ban him. I guess there's score attack here. Yeah, 7 was the one that like dubbed them Annihilation missions. Which is crazy. There were so many games that had them before 7 ultimately like gave us the name. I bet they always internally had like that name. Maybe they were just calling them score attack internally. I don't know. I would headcanon that they always had the name written down like in the studio and used it, but we were just never given the name before then. That was just the first time they actually put it like in the game, in the UI and stuff. Waiting on the Pro to play SH2. My laptop can't run it. Bro, I'm not shocked that your laptop can't run it. My laptop wouldn't be able to run it. And I have like an old work laptop for game dev. I couldn't run that shit on my laptop. My laptop's a beast. It's a fucking brick. It is so heavy. It's not actually convenient to lug around. It's big too. My laptop is super inconvenient because it's not meant to be convenient. It was meant for me to be able to like move around and get dev work done even if I wasn't like in the office. That thing's a fucking beast, and yet I wouldn't be able to play it on laptop.
Continue to engage. Box 2.
Oh yeah, the mobile one. Oh, that's the thing. Mine has, you want to know how, I say that it's a brick. Mine has a desktop GPU in it. It has a desktop 2080 Super in it. Actually, I would be able to run it. Never mind. As soon as I said 2080 Super, I was like, oh wait. I would be able to, on medium. On medium. My laptop has integrated graphics. Zam. Yeah, it's not even the mobile one. But also, you know what that means? Speaking of it not being very portable, you legit, like, you can't even use my laptop without it being plugged in. It's shit has like a 30-minute battery life, and I wish I was joking. It's like 30 or 40-minute battery life. Carrying it around like Goku with weighted clothes. No, it's so fucked up. It's way too big to even be considered convenient. It's not right. Because again, it's not meant to be convenient. It's meant to be like a mobile workstation. That was why it was provided. That's what it is. But yeah, it's not like your typical laptop. How does it stay cool? Bro, it doesn't. It's so hot. It's so... all laptops are, but it's so hot. It's not right.
Warning, the enemy's tracking you on radar.
Locked on.
Oh, I bet if we just launch one of these down here, instant dub, right? Has to be. Yep, with 1,000 to spare.
All attack targets have been destroyed. Galm Team, not bad for a couple of rookies.
Just saw they got prototypes of a Pokemon game PC port working from the leaks. Oh my god. Oh my god. Did the leaks include like actual dev, like project files? Because that's probably what they have. Obviously, Nintendo would never do a PC port.
Mission to clear out remaining Belkan resistance was a success. As to the intended
but
purpose for using the giant hangar described in the report,
they would have, like, what they would be using is you get the project files, you get the in-engine dev files, and yeah, you can just open it on PC because that's how games are developed. They run on PCs before they run on anything else. Thank God MPBM exists. Really, it makes S-Rank so much more convenient. Yeah, the Pokemon leaks are kind of fucked up. It's the same as like the Insomniac leaks from like a year ago, right? Where it's like, yeah, we got a lot of cool info out of this and a lot of cursed info out of this one. But it would have been nice if we could get all that without doxing so much of the dev team at Game Freak. That would have been good. And Insomniac, same thing.
In light of the current political situation, this mission will be a top secret operation carried out entirely by mercenaries. The mission will be called Operation Bloom and will be divided into 3 separate areas.
The Dragon Slayer of laptops. It's... if only it actually was like a laptop. It just feels like a mobile PC, really. It's just a PC that's like, yeah, if I have the brick and I have like my charger, then it's portable enough. I need to be plugged into a wall to use it for more than like 30 minutes, but it's portable enough. Also, it needs to be on a desk. That shit's way too hot to actually use it in my lap. Absolutely not. No.
Choose carefully which team you wish to join. That is all.
Did you see at the Nintendo Museum? They have a station where you can play Super Mario World, and when you unplug the USB controller, you can hear the Windows disconnect sound. No, that's funny though. Are they they're emulating it? Question mark? They have to be. You know, if that's the case, if it's running on Windows, or maybe it's running on a dev kit. Probably not, though. Probably not. I would bet that's on emulation then. Heavy as fuck, too hot for portable use, needs to charge at all times. Why do all the downsides sound cool though? They're kind of cool. They're cool like when you hear it, but then actually trying to use it like portably. I remember I took like a weekend trip. This was when I lived in Florida. One of my buddies like flew in to Orlando where I lived, and we like stayed a couple nights at my place, and then over the weekend we went down to Naples. We road tripped down. It's like 4 hours from Orlando-ish. We road tripped down to Naples, and I remember trying to get work done in the place we were staying on the laptop was so not convenient.
You're doing fine, Galm Team. Keep it up, Cipher.
And just when I've traveled in general, I traveled last year for like family stuff, and trying to use my laptop to get work done while I was there, so inconvenient. Like YouTube work at that point, just so not convenient. But at least it's something, and at least it is equipped for pretty heavy work, I guess. That's the upside. But yeah, it's not the best. Although also I use the laptop every day to encode my streams. I used to use it to encode my my video recordings too, but at this point I encode the recording stuff on the desktop. I found a way to optimize it better on desktop and get better quality out of smaller file sizes. So called Naples in America? Yes, Naples, Florida. It's like, it's the nicest city in Florida.
Senior officials from each nation have come here in hopes of a peaceful solution.
It's down on the southwest like coast. So really nice beaches. It's rich people city too. Like everyone who lives in Naples is fucking loaded. Well, in that side of Naples, I guess. Not everyone, but everyone who lives on the nice side of Naples, it's so much money to live there. It's like any city that's that nice and touristy, right? It's got sides that are more reasonable and not that fancy that people live in. Most people who live there, but some people do live in like the really crazy nice side, and it's so expensive to live there.
This battle should put an end to the war.
The ceasefire was agreed upon due in large part to the 7 nuclear attacks. According to our sources, the agreement also touches on the possession of nuclear armaments.
There's places in the US named after whole countries. Yes.
Today is a day of hope.
Cities just get named a whole bunch of random shit here. I don't understand.
Reduced.
I've talked about before, because Minnesota was such a big, like, reservation state back in the day, we've got some real wacky city names by, like, America standards, because they're all in, like, various, like, native languages. So people come here and they're like, bro, what are these city names? Because everywhere you go here, I have to think of a bunch of them. Hold on. I have to think of like a list. I can think of a couple off the top of my head. Everywhere you go in the metro here, you know, the various cities and towns are all like Minnetonka, Owatonna, fuck, I gotta think, man. I could pull up a map and I would be able to churn them out. Chaska. There's a Chaska in the cities. Fuck. Thinking. I might need a map. A lot of the names have gotten just translated to English over the years, which is kind of unfortunate. I know, like there's one area in the cities here called White Bear Lake. It was not called White Bear Lake years and years ago. It got like pulled over into English. They changed the name. There's a lake here in the cities called Bede Makaska. Lake Bede Makaska. So like I had family move here from out of state, and I remember them just being like, why are all the cities and lakes named like this? And I'm just like, I don't know, I've always lived here. What do you want from this? Is normal to me. I didn't even realize that all the cities and lakes here sounded so weird by like generic America standards until they pointed it out like 5 years ago. I genuinely had no clue. Hold on. I'm pulling up Google Maps. I'm gonna look around. Because I know that there's more that I'm just not thinking of. Is Edina one? Edina might be... It might be. Mendota's definitely one. I know Sunfish Lake is another one that got translated. That used to not be called Sunfish Lake. Matomedi, Willerny. Looking around. Why is my Google Maps loading so slowly? Wyzetta. A lot of them are over on the west side. Now that I'm looking at it. You just get crazy names here, at least compared to most of the US, where you get like the most basic names. Oh, Waconia, definitely. They whitewashed the lake names. They did, honestly. It's weird. Waconia is one. For sure. 5 missions in 1 hour? Damn. Have I been going that slow? Oseo. And I think a lot of them we just say wrong. Like Oseo's definitely one. Anoka.
The top officers in the
Anoka.
Belkan army have pulled a coup d'etat.
We're probably saying that wrong too, to be honest.
Calling their organization a world with no boundaries. The forces
Minitrista? Did I say Minitrista?
cessation of hostilities treaty was signed using a giant gunship codenamed XBO.
We got a lot, man. I'm just like randomly going around the map of the what's it?
We've just received
The cities.
an emergency transmission from the control tower.
Taking them out.
Unidentified aircraft
They whitewashed the whole
base.
damn place. That's true. Minnesota, hold on.
Quick, there's no time. Get into the air immediately.
This is a weird thing to have in my Google search history. Yeah, about 80% of Minnesota's population is white. Roughly. Bro, you want to know? I literally just looked up like the ethnic demographics of Minnesota. And the first thing that comes up, it literally just says like 79.7% white, 20.3% other races. What? Other races? Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. Okay, wait a minute. What in America thing? Like, there's a more detailed breakdown, but just at the top, that's literally how they list it. That's crazy. Apparently, it's not 79.7% like white. That apparently includes people who are mixed race, but like partially white in that demographic. I don't think they have one that's just like I don't think they have one that's just white. At least not right there on the surface results. They might. Question mark? Yeah, I don't know. That's weird that they just lumped them together. There's like, oh yeah, if you're like partially white, Just fucking, yeah. Throw you in the big percentage. No FAEB, no. No, watch this, the laser beam. Well, actually, wait, no, I don't want the laser beam for this. Hold on. I don't want the FAEB either. Hold on. I want the other one. This is your last opportunity. No, no, no. I want the other one. I want the Morgan bomb. But yeah, Minnesota's very white. The whole state's whitewashed at this point. Absolutely. Hell, look at me. It doesn't get much more white. You're flying a super plane and your wingman's in an F-16. Does look a little funny. I was talking about race. It came up naturally. So I was talking about how we've translated a lot of the like native city and lake names like back into English over the last like 50 years or so in Minnesota. It started there. Which fucking, I don't know why we're doing that. Because I feel like, even if nothing else, I love that we have names that like, I've never even thought about it because I grew up here. But then, like people come in from out of state and they're like, bro, your city and lake names are crazy. Back into English? Yeah, because they were originally from like native tongues. Especially in Minnesota. Minnesota has so many native reservations. And even before that, Minnesota had a super large native population like a couple hundred years back. Because the nature is amazing in Minnesota. I saw a thing recently where Minnesota is ranked like number 2 in the country in terms of like nature, like landmarks and just attractions. Like if you're traveling the US to see like all the like beautiful nature stuff, apparently Minnesota's like number 2 on the list of places you're supposed to go. Which again, I never would have thought of it. But then when I saw that like a couple months back, I was like, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. Because growing up, I did just go around and do like a lot of hikes. And we have a lot of like insane lakes, just like crazy, huge and beautiful like clear water lakes. Like, it makes sense. I never would have thought of it because I grew up here, so I just never thought twice about it.
Ground zero. No signs of life.
Waterfalls. We have crazy waterfalls here compared to the rest of the states.
Extensive damage. Galm Team, we're counting on you. Warning, unknown craft on radar.
I think it's also just because the state has preserved so much of it, though. Because, Minnesota's kind of like Canada in the sense that everyone lives down in the southern region of the state. Like you go really above the Twin Cities, like Minneapolis, St. Paul, and the population density drops drastically outside of like Duluth, which is way up north on Lake Superior. That's a pretty big city. But I would rather Wyoming. I think Wyoming was number 1. Preserve the names. Yeah, I don't know why they changed the names, man.
It's time to stop the Demon Lord.
I don't know why. Because honestly, the names are fucking sick. You know how lame White Bear Lake sounds? Fucking lame.
It's the one who destroyed our base.
Galm 1, Galm 2, commence the attack on XBO.
Like, they preserved the meaning of the original name, but it sounds lame now. You made it sound boring. And also erased a small piece of culture and history along with it. But the name is boring.
These are 7 fighters. Ustio, 6 air divisions of 7 aircraft. Cease attack immediately.
Oh my god, I can't keep up.
I approve the fight against
This guy's zooming. Shit.
It's that mercenary unit everyone's talking about. Let's find out if they're really that good.
Oh,
I'll move to support.
come on,
Those escort planes are in the way. Take them out.
bitch. Use the MiG-21 for the gauntlet. We already did the gauntlet. Had to get those, those decorations in the hangar. Which for some reason includes the gauntlet for the S rank. Nothing else in the game, like S rank completion wise, requires the gauntlet outside of the one for the hangar decorations.
XBO will be out of combat airspace in 20
Pick-
miles. Move it.
I should have opened this with a bomb. I'm just now realizing. I should have hit these two with a bomb right off the bat to make this go quicker. The cooldown would have been long enough. Or sorry, the amount of time it took me to finish them off would have been long enough for the cooldown. Oh well. Did you kill the secret boss? Yeah, we did Mobius. I did him twice, actually. Because one of the times I forgot to save my game afterwards, so we lost it. I've done it twice.
Radar lock.
I can see. Shit, give me the gun. There we go. Honestly, it's easier just to wait for this to be off cooldown. It's legitimately easier to just do this. Hit it again! Has like 18 missiles he can shoot off at once. Bro, I don't know how he has that many missiles. I don't know where they come from.
That should mess up his steering.
They can't be coming from the plane.
The XBO has been stripped.
Could I hit it again? Fuck it.
Take her out, Galm Team.
Why not?
The XBO's taking a death blow. It was Cipher. Cipher
Awesome.
did it.
Nice work, Galm Team. Operation complete. Our death is not the end of everything. The rest is up to you.
The last time I see this go down. What is this, like the 15th time I've shot this bitch down?
There's a coded message.
This 100%'s fucked up.
Decrypting message.
Like, mega fucked up. Why did they do this to me?
You still alive? Yes.
So close to done, though. So close. Hold on, I'm actually... I want to double check that, natural environment, that's what it is. Oh, never mind, we're above Wyoming on this ranking. Hawaii is the only state that ranks above us for natural environment. We're above
Thanks to you,
Wyoming?
the XBO has been shot down. However, our
Really?
base was heavily damaged in the surprise attack. The
That
squadron
surprises
used
me,
consisted of Sapin and Ocean
honestly.
fighters.
That really
Investigate
surprises
the
me.
situation. Once we determine the location of the renegade organization, we
We're
will
also
launch a
ranked as the number
counterinsurgency
4
operation.
state in the country, just overall, for like to live in. Downside is it's fucking expensive here. That's like the one thing that we really struggle in, is it's the cost of living is super high here. Has never been through Jackson? Yeah. I've been to Wyoming. It's crazy there.
We have confirmed that the aircraft that attacked our base belonged to the
It's not like a single article. This is like an aggregate rating.
This highly organized renegade army is comprised of soldiers from numerous countries, including Osea,
What's an average 4-bed house in a nice area? Fuck, let me go on like Zillow. I'll see.
The coup forces are gathered
Let me see.
in northern
Yellowstone? Yeah, we have a bunch of national parks here.
Belkan army.
I wonder if it's maybe just like, I wonder if it's based on the number of parks rather than like the best things to see. You know what I mean? That could be,
Uncover this information.
that could be a legit thing.
Dam's waters.
Okay, this is a nice area.
Immediately to Avalon.
Let me look at, for sale, right?
Note that
For sale, no maximum price. You said 4-bed
resistance from
house
B7R and mud.
in a good area.
Remember to be prepared for attacks from land, air, or elsewhere when choosing
Quantity over quality. Maybe. We do have really high quality national parks.
destruction of the B2.
We do have some crazy shit, but we don't have like Yellowstone.
Go destroy that
We
weapon
don't.
and come back in one piece. Anything
For
else is
sale in a good area. Oh man, I started scrolling around because I'm like, man, those prices are so high. There's no way. There's no way. That's too expensive. Holy shit, it's because I look to rent, not buy right now. Fuck me sideways. Okay, that's like insanely nice. And that's more than 4 beds. It's like around 800,000. Around 800,000. Which is a lot. Damn, yeah. It's high. The cost of living here is high. The last big 3 really feel like their own separate part of the game. Yeah. Planing hard or hardly planing. I get distracted a lot. I hate how expensive everything. Yeah. Cost of living crisis, go burr.
All right, launch preparations complete.
We've got to be on the curve, right? Because like these cost of living spikes happen every so often. And we've been in this one for a few years, so we've got to be at least starting to move down. Maybe? Let me have this. Let me live on the copium. Let me live on this copium of at least we're maybe starting to move back to things becoming reasonable again. Let me have this. Please. Hello, false.
I'll be back.
Some US states, it's not that bad. In Minnesota, we're feeling it because our cost of living has always been high. Like if I want to get a decent, like if I want to get a 1-bed apartment in like a good area in the cities, it's like $1,500-$1,600 a month to rent it.
Place, but the fastest shortcut.
It's bad.
Maintain concourse.
It's not good. Oh, I have the wrong special. That's fine. Maybe. No. I haven't even started the mission. How did I equip that? What happened? It's why you get rich and come down here. Find a place. Although even, how much is a 1-bed in that area? I haven't really looked at 1-beds in that area. Hold on. For rent. Throw a reasonable budget on that shit. 1 bed, 1 bath. Turn the fucking border off. There we go. Oh, damn. I could so... Bro, your area is so much cheaper. For like a good 1-bed in what I understand to be a good area, going off of discussions with False about it. I could get a good one bed place down there for like 1,000 a month. Nice.
Your final sortie.
False ain't even that young.
Launch preparations complete.
She's only like 46. True. Everyone is here for the final stretch. The last 3. And then I'm free. False, we're finishing Ace Combat 0 100%. Can you believe it? We're gonna play a different plane game. Nicole will get along with my father. I probably would, to a certain extent. To a certain extent. I can't keep my mouth shut when I hear stupid shit. So I feel like it's like a ticking time bomb with me and your dad, you know? I would be really entertained by him. I would find it funny for a while, but then at some point he's gonna say something that's like over my line of tolerance, and I'm going to have to push back, and then it's gonna go to shit. It's a ticking time bomb.
Maintain concourse.
I'm too outspoken. We're roughly the same age. I mean, roughly. Roughly is a word for it.
Enemy aircraft detected close to
It's like-
B7R. There's no time to change course. Eliminate enemy forces
like a
in the round table and break through it.
They have different
Hold on, math.
signals in Belka.
It's like a 5.5 year difference.
The Demon Lord has captured the net.
That's roughly the same.
This is Wizard 5.
By my standard.
Let's begin.
You know,
Target acquired. There's
6 years? Is it 6? Hold on. Oh yeah, yeah, 6. 6 years.
The Demon Lord has built himself up quite a name. Let's see if he can live up to it.
Oh, I can live up to it. That's 3 down, bitch. Come here.
These aren't friendly craft. They're coup d'etat forces.
Coup d'etat forces can't stop this laser beam.
The war's ended long ago.
Are we done?
Whatever
Is it just
the reason,
4?
Some pilots from Osea have joined
On the
coup.
night track? No.
You don't have time to play around with them. Hurry up and shoot them all down.
Oh, no, there's, okay, I was like, there's no way. That's not right.
What are you fighting for?
Whoosh.
This place is no longer a battlefield.
There's the rest.
The World War is being fought on a small round table in a meeting.
Come here, friends.
It's a discussion to decide the beginnings of a new era. Crashing greed is the cause
More than 8?
of conflict.
Oh, is it just dialogue? Are we done?
All enemy planes are down. There has been no change in plans. Stay on course to target destination.
I'll follow Cipher to the end.
Yeah, it was just dialogue. Oh my god. I killed them before the dialogue finished. Like the mandatory dialogue.
I never expected their defense
I was about to ask if you broke it. I have not done it that fast before. That was new to me. I had no idea what was happening. Apparently 30 is the average age people buy their first home. Here, right now? That could make sense, because average is like average. I know. I really put things in perspective. So, you know, there's people who are doing it sooner, people who are doing it later, but like averaged out 30. That makes sense to me. Thinking about it. That makes sense.
To deal with this, the Allied squadron will draw
In Spain, average first home age is 41.
Galm Team
What?
Allied squad's Avalon Dam strike team and approach the target at
What?
altitude through the canyon. That's the only
What is buying a home? I don't know.
If you destroy
Never done it.
the V2 launch control facility, you should be able to stop the weapon from being fired.
This is the thing, dude. My grandparents at my age were already actually. Hold on. My grandparents on one side, trying to think. Actually, on both sides, they would have had kids around like
Seems this war doesn't want to come to an end.
20, like my age, like 22, 23.
Hurry.
Both of them would have like already had a house and started having kids and shit. I'm sitting here playing video games on YouTube in front of a bunch of goobers who like planes. Granted, I'm a goober who likes planes, but you know, just putting it in perspective here. My grandparents were like working in the coal mines, working their way up the corporate ladder, having kids, married, owning a home.
1 mile to refueling craft.
I'm sitting here playing plane game. Plane go burr.
500 yards to go. 100 yards to go. Galm 1, maintain your current flight path. Perfect, Galm 1.
I just want a house, skip the marriage and kids. Even the marriage? Why didn't you bring bombs for this mission? Laser better. Laser's better. You just wait.
Galm Team, keep low to the water on your approach to Avalon. You'll be shot down if you fly high. Get to the enemy fortress. Once you're close, increase altitude. And
Maybe
fire
marriage.
down.
I feel like marriage isn't that bad. Aside from divorce can be a shit show.
You passed the first bridge.
But aside of that, that's not that bad. Having a kid, I'm like, yeah, I can see why people wouldn't want to have kids. I can understand that. Even I'm like right now, but even like I say that I don't want them, but I'm like, I'm 22, of course I don't want them. Like at the point in my life that I'm at, of course I don't like the idea of it. Someday it might be more appealing. But marriage is like, yeah, unless you get divorced. I don't see the problem there. Actually, weddings are expensive. Do a little private one. Simple, easy. Hell, just do it in the church. Get a legal one, don't even hold a wedding. Boom, fix that problem right there. I know, I'm so romantic. Purely legal marriage, no ceremony. Just go and sign the paper, boom, you're done. Easy peasy. Prenups are a thing? Yeah, but that's like a whole other shit show to get into. I feel like there's no perfect way around it. Even like prenups are a whole other what's it? Rabbit hole. Cannot stand children. I feel like I have been ruined by like 2 of my previous jobs being like an instructor for children. And like dealing with other people's kids made me like, fuck. Why would I ever want to do this myself and like permanently have to deal with it for like 20 years? Absolutely not. I feel like I've ruined myself from those jobs. Not all the kids were terrible, but fuck. Most were. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Where's the hole? Oh god, not again. Okay, there we go. Sorry, flashbacks.
The control facility barriers are halfway closed. Move it, Galm Team.
I might have pulled it early. That one's done. Laser is so much better than the bombs. You just have to get the lineup right, and which can be kind of tricky. It's not the most consistent. But if you just take your time and boom, that one was slick. Where's the hole? Shoulder. Look, man, there's like 3, okay? It's confusing down there. Boom. We're done. It's not wrong. Look, man, if you haven't been there, it's hard to explain. But it really, it's true. That might be an A rank. That might have not been enough points. I feel like I've seen this mission on stream around 30 times. Legitimately, I thought about it earlier. This run of the game is the 15th time I've run every mission in the game. So, yeah. Ace Combat 0, 100%, am I right? Fuck me. Aim for the pilots at the back. I don't remember the point requirement on this one. I remember it being fairly high. Oh, that is an S. Okay. Never mind. One more. So, you hate this game now? I went through the weirdest shift with Zero. Because, like... I appreciated it more at the start of 100% than I did just playing the game once. But it's slowly shifted in the opposite direction where I'm like, man, why? Why have I played this game 15 times? Like, legitimately played through the whole thing, done the same shit 15 times for completion. Now we end it the most beautiful way possible. A TLS versus Pixie run. I never would have gone this far. This is how far we have to go. Why can I not see him, and why is he spinning in place on the map? Pixie, there you are. What are you doing up there, man? I can't find him. Oh, found him a little bit. Where are you going? He's scared. Boosh. The other plane game, Ace Combat X, is next. He's fleeing. He's scared of the laser, man. Is this better than 5? Honestly, I feel like they're about the same now. Like, after 100%ing both of them, I feel like they're about on par. They're pretty much equal. We were done with Ace? Oh, no. We're done with Ace Combat 0. No. No, of course not. Still Ace Combat. Ace Combat X. There's like 10 more. There's not 10 more. There's... This is number 6. No, this is number 7. There's 6 more. Yeah, there's 6 more. Good night, Pixie. I'm done. I'm done. It's over. Beautiful. And I finished my Celsius. Just like that.
Mission accomplished, Cipher. Come on, let's go back home.
Let's go home. I'm so sick of this game.
We want to keep it.
How many hours was this? Like 70? 70 hours, I want to say? Genuinely? Is it over? Is it really over? It's over. Cipher, I'm sick of this. As he flies off, the one thing he says as he leaves, he's like, yeah, I'm sick of this shit. I'm out. Oh, I've said it before. It's not just that Ace Combat Zero's 100% is so long. It's also that Ace Combat 5 comes right before it and is effectively the same game with different levels. Show me the medals. Hold on, boys. Hold on. So, like, coming off of Ace Combat 5 into Ace Combat 0, I've already played a shit ton of this game. Oh. Hold on. Get the clean shot. I do this whenever I partially cover anything. Get the clean shot, boys. Look at it. Look at it. Oh. Right there. Golden S rank. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Chole thinks this is a long game. I can't wait for some of the later Yakuza games. Hey. At least with those, they might feel a little more varied than this. Because I've talked about before, like my favorite 100% I've ever done on the channel is still Red Dead Redemption 2. That shit was like 160 hours, but it's my favorite because every day I logged on to stream that game, I was doing something different every single time. I was never doing the same thing. It changed up every single time I was doing something new. This is not that. I played through the fucking campaign 15 times. Just in slightly different flavors. You ever drink flavored sparkling water, chat? It felt like I just sampled like 15 different sparkling water flavors over the course of like 70 hours. That's what it feels like. Slightly different every time, but basically the same thing. It's over though. It's over. Oh, you guys couldn't see. That's right. My display capture's broken. Earlier, I thought you could see the Steam requirements when I was looking at stuff. Anyway, I forget that my display capture's still kind of wonky. I wasn't using it today. Hold on. Oh. PPSSPP. Why are you so loud in those screens, man? Hold on. I had to just check that I had everything like configured. Ah, beautiful. Or I'll even reset it. Oh, there's no quick reset button. All right. There. We can play for like 25 minutes, boys. It's a new game. It's a new game. Ladies, take a look at those digital medals and try to contain yourself. Or yourselves, sorry. No, don't load my data. We're making new data anyway. Fuck it, we ball. It's literally a drag and drop thing, is it? Is it really that easy? Hold on. Wouldn't I have to patch the game? Wouldn't I have to use a patch tool? Is it really drag and drop? Hold on. Oh, is there a demo here? Oh, because of the way modding works in this emulator. Oh, you're right. Okay. Oh my God. It's a little loud. It's a little loud. Let's take you down to like a 7. Okay, well now it's a little quiet. Let's bring you to like an 8. Let's bring you to like an 8. I was like, oh, a little intro video while I look at this and see if I can just do it really fast. Okay, I can do this. How big is the texture pack? It can't be that big. It's 150 megabytes. Oh, but it's hosted on Mega, so the download speed is not great. Oh, it just jumped up? Hold on. It's downloaded. Okay. Oops. Shit. Okay. Let me speedrun this. Check this out. You can't see me doing it, but I'm gonna speedrun the HD textures. I'm probably gonna have to restart the thing, I would imagine. Drag and drop from the zip. And then... yeah, let me... yeah, exit the game. I got it. I got it. Oh, wait. Wait. I didn't even have to unzip it. It runs from the zip? What? I can keep it compressed and it runs? Hold on. Is this... chat, is this real? Hold on. The install says that it can run from the zip. Yeah, that didn't work. It's so easy. Yeah, the emulator can't load it. Hold on, if I unzip it and then load the folder instead. Aha! That works. That works better. Okay, and then back in here. Oops, no. Wait, it says texture replacement activated. Did it already work? Hold on. Let me just make sure I go through the rest of this really fast. In the settings, check replace textures. Where the fuck is that? System? Would have to be system, I would think. If not graphics? Or have they changed how this works? Hold on. Am I stupid? It said it loaded, so it might just already be done. Turn off texture scaling, though, it says. Oh, I already have it turned off. Look at me go. Probably because upscaled textures look like shit. If you let the emulator do it. For best results, okay, yeah, I've already done that. Post-processing shader. Hold on, this is new to me. Modding within PPSSPP. This emulator has a lot of, what's it? Great, like, built-in functionality, though. I can't even find the shaders. It's probably fine without them. You'll be able to tell by the button prompts. It says that if I want the fonts, the fonts are a different thing to get the original fonts. There, I can just run it without the fonts. The fonts are a smaller thing that I can do in, like, not stream time. Hold on. I did that before, but it didn't save any progress I had. Oh, running within the zip? Yeah, you don't run within the zip. The button prompts are different. It does work. The menu with a 20-second audio loop. That's the emulator, not the game. This emulator has a lot of like built-in fancy stuff like that. The GUI and PPSSPP is pretty fucking good. I haven't used it much. I haven't bought and played a ton of PSP games. But from what I've played, I like it. I'm going straight to the options for that. The rest is good. Oh, that's right. My dumbass is sitting there like, what do you mean? I was like, is that the right bumper or trigger? And I forget, PSP. I just saw like, oh no. My brain is wired for Xbox and like PlayStation. Call sign. My call sign can be balls. Just because chat will be pissed if it's not. Looks so wrong, what, the button prompts being there? Yeah, we can ball out right away. I'm experienced.
Okay, let's begin the briefing. Operator Eugene Solano, I'll be keeping you up to date. We've got news that an invading LASAF squadron has just taken off from the Puna Plains en route for an attack on our position, Aubrey Base. From their perspective, this attack is the final nail in our collective coffin. After all, this is the only base that hasn't fallen under their control. I guess we can consider ourselves lucky. It looks like the enemy has gotten a little overconfident and sent only a small attack force. Griffith Squadron, prepare for launch immediately. Fly around the mountains and avoid enemy radar. Oh, I forgot. The enemy squadron consists mainly of bombers supported by several fighters. Please protect this base and destroy the enemy bombers.
The tradition.
If everything goes well, we should be able to get the upper hand on the enemy in this area.
The voice acting in this game is definitely something, yes.
Let's pay back the LASAF forces with at least one defeat. One final thing. During combat, my codename will be Crux. I will keep you up to date on the battle situation, so please pay attention to your radio.
Standard issue first ace combat mission, always. Always the first mission. Oh, hold on, let me go back. Is there anything else here that would be fun to look at? Not really, just the hangar, I guess. In its extended glory. Oh, never mind. There's nothing here yet. I can't even look. Wait, special weapons maybe? What does the F4 get beyond just the starting stuff? SAM and bombs. I mean, the SAM is probably the best thing it's got. All right, it's time. Standard issue for now. Voice acting work in X is peak. It's something, for sure. Oh, that's right, D-pad. Oh, yeah. Okay, HD does feel kind of wrong here. I'm experiencing the same thing many chatters are. It feels wrong for the game to be like HD. Boosh, boosh. Better than looking at pixel soup. I feel like it's kind of the appeal with PSP stuff a lot of the time. It being so HD feels off-putting to me. Hold on. Quick gun kill for the culture. Low poly models with HD effects. Look, I am a low poly enjoyer. All right, I am. It's true. Flight model is going to take some getting used to coming off of so much 5 and 0 with how smooth those games are. The X flight model is legitimately just AC4 in slow motion. I got this. Beautiful. And there's more. We're locked to 30. Yup. 30 FPS combat. Boosh boosh. I'm here for my S rank. Have you assigned the D-pad to yaw? Or the D-pad yaw to triggers and emulator? I have not. I normally don't rebind emulation controls. Weird controls differences and things like that are always part of the charm with games like these for me. I'm a warts and all kind of guy with games. Bullet magnetism, super strong in the portable games. In the handheld games, yeah. Mega strong. To make up for the PSP's awful control stick. Definitely. Go. Go. Makes me feel like I'm at home. I do like the handheld games. Those just went through him. That's better. Booyah. I didn't. I'm a natural. Oh, I forgot how wacky this game is. I forgot how wacky this shit gets really early on, too. Oh, hell yeah. Hold on. PSP replays, boys. Check it out. Take it all in. It's beautiful, isn't it? The HD textures do make this look really good for a PSP game. It doesn't normally look like this. If this is your first time seeing it, it normally doesn't actually look this nice. Like if you just out of the box play it, which I was going to, at least for like the little bit we played today, it normally wouldn't look this nice. Like that your ordnance is wiggling in the replays. What? Just a little wiggle. It's normal. What's the button to proceed? Start.
The mission was
Classy S rank.
success.
You know how we do it.
The destruction of
We keep
the
it
enemy
classy.
bombers will help keep an enemy invasion of Aubrey base at bay. However, we also suffered serious losses. There's no way anyone could ever call this mission a success.
I got an S rank. It's a success to me.
I'm sorry. I couldn't do anything to save them. So that's the super weapon Laysap used to take over all of Aurelia in only 10 days. Who could have imagined that they possessed such destructive power?
Surely not me. But I did my job perfectly. New aircraft available? You don't say?
Let this be a symbol of the fury borne by our countrymen towards Aurelia.
Such was the impassioned speech of Laysath's commander Diego Gaspar Navarro, as images of the Aurelian squadron's destruction over Cape Aubrey played in the background. A day later, his gravelly voice continued to echo through my hungover brain. October, 1 year after the cessation of the Democratic Republic of Laysath's civil war. After the Civil War, Laysath began to set their sights on their peaceful neighbor, the Federal Republic of Aurelia, claiming retribution for years of exploitation. The invasion suddenly began. With the ever-present threat of the cloaked airborne fortress Gleipnir looming overhead, there was little time to react to the few concerns raised about the validity of the war. Such was the speed at which all of Aurelia fell under Laysath's control. Well, not everything has fallen into their hands, but it's only a matter of time. Looking out over the capital, Gaius Tower is both home to Laysath's Central Command and the very symbol of its power. It was originally intended to be a symbol of Aurelia's peace. How ironic. As I looked up at the sun traveling the same old path across the sky, the rays burned my tired eyes. Damn it. I just wish I could finish covering this completely one-sided war and head back home. I'll never get used to being in the Southern Hemisphere with its backwards seasons.
We got fact-checked brutally. I'm just sitting here reading and I was like, 2006. It was before Ace Combat 6.
The Gleipnir was last confirmed heading southeast across the Puna Plains. However, we lost all trace of it shortly after. Unfortunately, Aurelia's information network can provide no further details at this time. We'll just have to take what we can get.
What's in the hangar? What's new? Show me. Show me the goods. What new aircraft? Okay. So, how are those special weapon costs on the F4 actually? Very cheap. Very cheap. See? That's what I like. Don't buy it. We're gonna have to uphold tradition and fly every plane at least a solid amount during this game. Learn sign language to speak during cutscenes. No one would be able to understand me. I'd be sitting here signing and no one would know. Like some people would, but very few people would know what I'm saying. Maybe. I've already been studying Japanese for almost a year purely for content purposes, so fuck it. Why not? I'm not gonna get used to the Xbox buttons. I'm already getting used to them. It'll take a bit. You have to max out every plane's kill gauge for 100%? Kill gauge? Oh god. Oh no. What are you talking about, kill gauge? Where would I find this kill gauge? Where would I find it? Would it be in options? No way. No. Where would you find that? Oh, you can only see it in plane selection for a mission? Nice UI, Project Aces. Wait, no, this wasn't Project Aces. Fuck. Who was this again? Who made the portable games? Fuck.
Even with you, sir, our remaining aerial attack strength is severely limited. We no longer
Access
have
games.
necessary manpower or supplies to pursue Gleipnir. In addition, there are reports of enemy
CGP,
forces
thank you for the
gathering at
sub.
Fort Patterson.
Appreciate it.
If we don't move soon, it will only be a matter of time before they attack from behind. Given the situation, we are left with only one plan of attack.
Only one.
On the Puna Plains lying between Aubrey Base and Port Patterson, Laysath forces have hastily constructed a resupply base to house the large quantity of supplies needed to support their troops. Attack Puna Base. Destroy all parked bombers and base facilities. Take away the enemy's ability to fight.
Is Armored Core 6 on sale?
If you
Is that
succeed,
true?
We'll gain an important foothold for an attack on Port Patterson.
It is.
And what's more, we'll gain the supplies we need to win this fight. Unless we succeed in taking this base, that's it for our supplies. Please don't fail, sir.
I don't fail. Only S ranks. Don't you know? Don't you know my credentials? Credentials. It's not kill rate, is it? Where do you see it? Oh, it is kill rate. What do you mean? There's no gauge there. You need to get it to 100% on every plane. Isn't kill rate just how many of your kills on your save file have come from that plane? And that's why it's 100% on this plane right now? It's like kill count and then the percentage of your total kills on the save file. No? So I've already maxed out the F4 in one mission? $25 is the percent? Is it? Of the 100%? Okay, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. It is, okay, it's 25% of the way there. Okay. That makes way more sense. 25 out of 100. Yeah. I thought it was 25 kills. And then my percentage of kills on the save file. I don't have time for a second mission. We started. I already saved. I'm fine to not save again. We already did. That's not too bad then. That's like you use each plane for 4 or 5 missions apiece. That's not terrible. But there are a lot of planes. Hold on, but there are a lot of planes in this game. Double save? We don't need to. I always drop a save state at the end of stream just in case anything, like the save file corrupts or something. No point for the double save. Man, that's a lot of fucking planes. That's fine, probably. If we do it along the way, like if I just start by grinding out the F4 right away, we should be fine. Long term. I think. Anyway. It is about that time. I have to get back to video work. New video going up tomorrow, by the way. I cannot say what it is. It is classified information for patrons and members, but they know. Speaking of patrons and members, if you haven't already seen it, you do have early access every week. I don't know why I feel the need to randomly throw that out, but you have it. Anyway, new video tomorrow. And if you guys enjoyed the stream, as always, subscribe, come back again. We're doing a whole bunch of stuff. We're doing this. We've been playing some new stuff recently, like Silent Hill 2 and Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. We have all the other 100%, like full series 100% I've been trying to churn through. Armored Core, we're actually pretty close to being done with 4 Answer. So we're pretty deep into Armored Core right now. We're doing Metal Gear, Resident Evil, Yakuza. We're doing a bunch of them. Come back for any of that. Also, if you enjoyed and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a like. Algorithm. We can see the Patreon thumbnails. No, you can't. I don't know what you're talking about. Leave a like. Algorithm. Does good for video. Smiley face. Also, if you're looking for links to anything outside of YouTube to engage with the community, check out links in the description below. Things like Twitter, Discord server, whatever. Those are down there. Other than that, though, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll hope to see all of you guys back here next time. I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream, and goodbye.